Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 565 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined, as always, by young Stephen Kyle Brackey and the younger superstar, Ben Funky Askren. Ben, how you doing? Back in black, I see.
Christian, I'm on fire this morning. I was so hot I took a shower and I still didn't cool off, so you better just buckle your damn seatbelt and get ready for a ride.
Listen, the most dangerous thing about this podcast is our chairs do not have seatbelts, so I could be ejected from this thing at any point in time. But we know why you're red hot, because everyone...
You know why?
Yeah,
you know it.
Yeah.
You know it.
Everyone follows you on Twitter. We all know what's going on here. And the United States, USA Wrestling, has decided no worlds for us. We're not going to go. We're not going to field a team. And basically, as a result of COVID and health considerations were used in athlete feedback. So obviously, this was not the most popular decision that they made. I'm sure it's a very difficult one. I'm sure the reaction is not a surprise to USA Wrestling. I guess I have some thoughts, but Ben, why don't you just get going before you freak out?
Let me go first.
Yeah.
Well, I tweeted it yesterday, and it's really easy. I don't believe USA Wrestling can have a straight face and use the justification they did last night. It is disingenuous. I might as well say it's just straight up lying, Christian. They're saying it's over health concerns, while at the same time, this governing body, over the course of 6 weeks, will host 4 tournaments. They're going to host one. They hosted one in Iowa. They hosted one in Wisconsin. They hosted another one in Iowa. They hosted another one in Nebraska, all of which have significantly, not even close, right? Yesterday, Serbia, as a country which does have a higher population than Wisconsin, had 326 cases of coronavirus. By comparison, Wisconsin had 4,500 cases of coronavirus. You had hundreds of wrestlers in Wisconsin last week in USA Wrestling. You will have thousands of wrestlers in Iowa in 2 weeks. You will likely have thousands of wrestlers in Nebraska in 3 weeks, all of whom have way higher coronavirus rates than does Serbia. Serbia actually is relatively low. They have only had a total of 36,000 cases. And now, by comparison, Wisconsin, 178,000. Iowa, 108,000. And Nebraska, 59,000. All 3 of those states have had higher coronavirus by a significant amount. It's not even close. Wisconsin's 5x. So give us a different justification. Stop lying to us. Tell us the truth.
I don't know. Hold on. Stop.
What?
They're not lying. They're not lying.
They are.
Okay.
They are.
No, Ben.
Well, what did they say? Tell me what they said. Do you want me to read the word for word the article?
Well, you're making it based on one factor alone. There's a myriad factors. What? One including that you didn't mention at all, the tons of athlete feedback that they got. And while there are some athletes
hold on. I dug into this, Christian.
Well, I let you, Ben. I would like an opportunity. Well, you can refute like I'm refuting.
Okay.
Back and forth. A little tennis match. But, they got a lot of feedback from athletes that they didn't want to go. Okay? And just because some did doesn't mean they all did. And they didn't ask the national team was polled and that was the prevailing thought. And also there's something different. They're more in control of the situation when it's like a senior nationals type of thing than when it's UWW and you have people coming from all over the world and you can't ensure the protocols.
Christian,
What
about the 3,000 plus athletes, and we'll probably say another 1,500 fans and parents who will be in Des Moines in 2 weeks? How about that?
I don't know.
That's a lot larger than a 50-person contingent going to Serbia.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm not saying that. I agree with the decision completely. I'm just giving you a perspective that I think you're kind of neglecting, and I don't think it's an apples to apples comparison that we're having a tournament in Iowa and how that would impact. If we're gonna be wrestling with people from all over the world, and that maybe.
But Christian, the United States has almost as many cases as the rest of the world combined. And so how many states are going to go to Iowa? It's not like you're wrestling in Iowa only against Iowans. You're gonna literally, it's called nationals. You're gonna literally have people from all over the United States come to that. You're allowing people from all over the United States to go to that. despite really, really high rates of it. So you can't then turn around and use the exact same justification for denying that you don't want to go to this other one. And I dug into the athlete thing because I just was kind of in disbelief when I read it that all these athletes did not want to go. And so I texted. I counted 8 that I texted, and not one of them did not want to go. They all wanted to go strongly. One really interesting thing that I found out while texting these people was that the USA Wrestling, and I think to de-incentivize the guys to want to go, is that they said that the Living the Dream Fund would not be available for this tournament. So, like, hey, how do you make them want to go? Well, you take their biggest reward away, which is the Living the Dream Fund. But listen, if a handful of people don't want to go, that's fine. I don't want to force you to do something that is risky to you. I don't want to force you to do that. But what I would say is if there are people who want to go who are highly ranked, which, I mean, just of who I was texting last night, I can make a pretty damn good team that I would feel pretty comfortable at sending to World Championships. Send them. They want to go, send them. If there's a few people who don't want to go, don't send them. But listen, Christian, there's a lot of people. Well, let's just say in the freestyle, name one of them who hasn't been traveling around the United States. There's not very many of them who've been staying quarantined. I mean, maybe a couple. Like I have not seen Jaden Cox go anywhere. I follow him on social media. I don't think he's traveled. I could have missed a trip or two, but most of the rest of them are traveling. And so if we just want to add up a few states, well, no, almost all the states. Let's see. Hold on. How many states in America? We are going to the grand total of 38 of the 50 states in America have a larger coronavirus total than Serbia.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. How can you justify it? All these guys have been traveling everywhere. They went to senior nationals in Iowa. They wrestled in your event in Texas. They wrestled in an event in Pennsylvania. They wrestled an event in Chicago. So how they wrestled an event in New York. So how can they really not want to go to Serbia? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen I don't think the data of the release or of the polling information is publicly available or anything. That seemed to be one of the things they were citing, and that's been confirmed by other people on Twitter who I think were polled. So I don't know. I don't claim to understand. I also think a couple things you aren't factoring in is
what else?
Is USA just sort of dubious of UWW being able to do this? Are they like, listen, this isn't going to happen. November 6th is going to come, and they're going to be able. There's not going to be enough national or countries interested, and then we're not going to be able to do it, and then we're going to spin up all this stuff, and then we're not even going to be able to go. Also, if they don't feel like they can field 3 quality teams, they probably won't want to do that, right? And while you reached out to members of men's freestyle and you feel like you can make a good team, look at the turnout for senior. Look at the turnout for Greco and women's at senior nationals. It was really low. There were several men's freestyle weights that had more entries than the entire bracket for women's and or Grecos.
Correct, but Christian, as we know, the depth in men's Greco and women's freestyle is not all that deep. And if you look at the men's freestyle weights, it was kind of similar to Greco and women's, whereas a lot of the top guys didn't show up. We had one weight class we talked about where only 2 of the top 10 ranked people showed up. It just so happens that in men's freestyle, there's a lot of other people that would also like to wrestle. And with women's freestyle and men's Greco, that just doesn't happen to be the case.
Yeah, I think, all along, as this was discussed and as we knew UWW was trying to get a Worlds to happen, it was just consistently repeated, we're not going to send a team either way. Doesn't matter, not going to send a team.
It was so annoying. I thought they were in a cave when it was time to go.
Yes, so I think they consistently have had huge concerns about this, about
Christian, why did they withhold the Living the Dream Fund? That feels
maybe the money's
ridiculous.
not there. It's not their money.
Well, why isn't it there?
How do you know that withholding it? I don't know that, but how do you know the contrary? You don't.
Maybe too much of it was spent on U-Haul trucks or something.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, read between the lines. Anyways, so listen. I don't know. If you're going to have the Living the Dream Fund, you should offer the Living the Dream Fund. It's really simple. You shouldn't withhold it because you don't want to go. The other thing that I heard, which I thought was interesting in the survey, is that the trials would become an open format, and I guess a few people didn't like that, but you wouldn't necessarily have to make an open format. You'd probably have to maybe broaden the parameters of who you're going to let in, right? Who you're going to let in. Maybe you say anyone who plays at the Senior Nationals this October, last December, or last April. I don't know, something to that effect, right? Any NCAA champions. Maybe broaden the parameters. You don't need to make it open, though. And you could very easily say, well, this does not affect any of the seeding for next year's trials. And again, Christian, if a few of the best guys want to go, it's not the end of the world, right? It might be nice to, I kind of like it. Like last weekend at the USA Wrestling Club Duels, a handful of our guys who are going to Super 32, or a bunch of our guys who are going to Super 32, they didn't want to compete because they wanted to go to Super 32. Great. Now I get to get some other of my guys who wouldn't maybe normally be in the spotlight. I get to put them in the spotlight, and that's going to benefit them, right? They're going to get that experience of being the guy, and they're going to get the feel that it feels like, and that's going to make them better. So you could do that. You take that angle also.
Well, I don't think, maybe they don't want to take that angle. Maybe they want the
Why?
the angle of, because there's a standard. And the expectations for an American wrestler is high. And if they don't feel like they're going to have a team that's representative of the wrestling strength of the country, maybe they say, all right, we're not going to do it. I don't know if Burroughs or Dake were going to go. Was Jaden Cox going to go? Was Kyle Snyder going to go? Okay. I don't know that. Would Adeline or Helen go? I don't know. And you start losing those, and we send that a team. This isn't Cuba where they'll send just a few guys from one weight. It's like it's just a different standard here. And I think that should be factored in. And if Worlds is coming, we're coming heavy, to use a Junior Soprano. Junior Soprano.
I don't understand what that means.
Watch out. Okay, so
no,
Junior. Well, I'll explain it. It's just it's from The Sopranos, which you should definitely watch. And Tony and his Uncle Junior are warring potentially, and Uncle June they have a real issue. He says next time you come, you better come heavy, as in come with guns and people and stuff. So USA is going to come heavy, or not at all.
Got it. So this is where this last paragraph here. USA Wrestling recognizes that a number of senior athletes have expressed an interest in attending the Senior World Championship and indicate they are willing to personally assume the risks associated with travel and participation event. Let them go. It says the executive committee carefully considered that sentiment, but decided that it was not in the best interest of USA Wrestling or any World Championship delegation to put anyone's health at risk. Listen, they're grown-ass men and women. And if they want to put their health at risk, so be it. Let them do so. I mean, me walking around the grocery store in Wisconsin is more dangerous than going to Serbia at this point.
Yes. And we're worried about that, Ben. We're considering putting you
They held Christian, are you not hearing me? USA Wrestling, the same governing body who is saying what I just read to you, that is a very literal quote from their release. They held a tournament in the Wisconsin Dells last weekend with 700 wrestlers, I believe, and many hundreds of parents in the same building. And then they're using this as justification not to send 50 total people to Serbia. Wisconsin had 4,500 cases yesterday. Serbia's got 300. I mean, give me a break.
Dang, Serbia, they're kind of balling. Only 300 cases?
Yeah, I don't know why that side of new cases yesterday. Yes.
Okay.
So Wisconsin's popping off with cases. But yeah, that area.
Okay, maybe maybe that's part of it. Maybe they're like, okay, things are getting worse, not better, and they're
getting worse in Wisconsin, and they held a tournament here.
Yeah.
The numbers are going like this in Wisconsin.
Yeah, maybe they're having second thoughts about that. They're like, yeah, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Gosh. Yeah, so that whole area of the world that Serbia, Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Hungary, all that area has not really been hit very hard. I believe Hungary, I want to say they didn't even do a full lockdown, I don't think, ever.
Okay.
I don't think. Don't quote me on that.
All right. Well, maybe we'll learn more about the athlete's perspective. Maybe we'll get some more understanding from their perspective. It's hard to encapsulate everything in a release, Ben. And I think more broadly, it's athlete safety, and I get why you think that could be in conflict with
It's completely in conflict. There's no Ben could think there is. This is absolutely 100% in conflict with their other actions.
Yes.
They are taking actions right now that are in very direct conflict with the words they're saying in this release. And that is why I'm upset, Christian. You think I'm a dumbass. Don't lie to me. I'm not that stupid.
All right. Ben Askren, not stupid.
Put that as my headline, Bracky.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the new headline. Okay. Switching gears. Funny. You know, we talk so much about Caleb, my son, and, you know, he's really mad at NCAAs for, you know, Spencer Lee might not get to win 4 titles and all this stuff. And so, you know, he asks me frequently about, you know, the NCAA people and where they are and stuff like that. And the background is I forgot to tell Caleb that Spencer and all these guys are getting a year back until yesterday. And when I'm driving him to wrestling practice, he's like, where is the NCAA wrestling people? Where do they work? I'm like, well, NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis. He's like, can I go to Indianapolis? I'm like, why? He's like, I'm gonna yell at them. I'm gonna yell at them about Spencer Lee. I was like, okay. I was like, well, son, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you. And so he was not really happy with me that I had that information for, like, I don't know, the better part of a week, and forgot to tell him. But he was very excited to learn that. But then he's like, what about Pat Lugo and Colin Moore? I was like, no, they're screwed. He's like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, I know, buddy. It's sort of confusing, but it's really cool though. But he was excited about that. But it's kind of funny as much as he brought it up that I forgot to tell him. So anyways, that was sort of a cute little story. Hey, Penn State.
Hey.
Listen,
they're kind of good.
If I'm crazy, just tell me. Ben Askren's not stupid. I would like to say I'm not crazy. But
Ben not stupid, Christian not crazy.
Not crazy. I'm telling you, if they roll out this team, they're going to be right there in the mix to beat Iowa. And I would say...
Well, are we going to talk about a few of the performances last night, or are we just going to go straight to the whiteboard war?
No, let's talk about the performances. That's fine. It all ties in. I mean, Carter Starocki and Daniel Kirkfleet drilled on legit dudes. Drilling. This is drilling. It was not a match.
It was scary. Dude, Demetrius Thomas just beat Tate Orndorff, who was a top 8 guy all year last year. Kirkfleet beat him 40. Christian, it was 45 seconds. 45 seconds. Takedown, gut, takedown.
Yeah, and a brutal 4 at the end.
Yes.
This is what we said was going to happen. I don't understand why everyone's freaking out about this.
No, man. You've got to watch it, man.
He's beaten better dudes than this before.
Yeah, okay. But Kyle, in my mind, there's no way it was happening that fast. It was like, okay, maybe, he'll get 5 takedowns over the course of the first period. If you said over under 45 seconds, Kyle, I'm betting the over. Absolutely, I am. Of course. He did it like that. If you tell me a minute, I'm betting the over. If you tell me 90 seconds, I'm going to bet the over. He did it in 45 seconds. It just was so easy. That's the issue. Yeah. Right, Christian? Am I wrong here?
No, it's exactly right. If you watch it, you'd be like, oh, how many... Ask yourself this question then, Mr. Not Impressed, Mr. I Knew It.
I expected that. I'm not saying I'm not impressed. I just expected a 10-0 tech fall. I expected Carter Strachey to beat Devin Skatska.
A 10-0 Skatska?
I don't know. We all sat here on the show, Ben included, and said he was going to be a national title contender and was picking him over all these dudes that are ranked in the top 5 right now. And Skatska was never ranked in the top 5.
Listen. Win, of course, right? I think probably no one was picking Skaska. Mm-hmm. Dominant tech fall, no issue. I don't know, man. I didn't see that coming. This is a guy that pushed Bo Jordan. Devin Skaska had legit wins in his career, and it just looked simple. And to me, it's like it's not just the 10-0. I mean,
guys,
how many guys in America? 10-0 Demetrius Thomas that fast? Does Gable?
No, almost nobody.
Does Mason Paris? Does Gable 10-0?
Stop. Oh, my God.
That's one of the guys. Maybe Gable.
Get out of here.
Maybe Gable.
Mason Paris, you don't think he 10-0s
That fast?
Okay, we're doing a timing competition. Is this a speed run? Are we speed running on GoldenEye right now?
Yes. We're going for best time.
Oh my god!
Best time wins.
I don't know what that means, but it was impressive.
Ben's parents never bought him a gaming system. They just bought him more Resolite.
These guys are extremely good, and I thought we knew this going into.
Listen, we do notice. We notice, but it's.
Devin Scatza just went 6-4 with Brett Favre. Brett Favre's
lost to a Bronigal.
He keeps losing to Bronagles.
He didn't even play the senior nationals.
He's basically
stop. Get some help, Michael Jordan meme.
Becky is not joining our Penn State party.
Well, I knew these guys were this good. What are we losing our minds about? RBY Tech Sheldon Mackey lost twice to two ACC 25-pounders at senior nationals.
Keep going, Bracky.
I mean, what are we doing here? We told you that Bo Bartlett probably was going to win last night. He almost won.
Yeah. No.
No, he lost. I wasn't that impressed.
No, I know, but like, we told you all these guys were this good.
Brock Zacko getting teched by Jared Verklein. Not that he's really. I mean, I don't even know if Verklein's going to start or not. But yeah, that was. But
probably is not.
But I think. Yeah, I just think if you just watch it, okay. Listen, no one is questioning the victory or even the margin of victory. It's just like as you watch these guys, you just kind of know you're seeing something a little bit different, right? That was my takeaway, and it was the feeling I got.
It's different. It's different. You're right.
Yeah.
Tell Bracky, slap him for it.
I won't slap him. We have an HR department now. Unfortunately, Bracky keeps pulling the box off the.
It's fine. I'm not even using that one.
It's fine. Not even a big deal at all. So I thought they looked good. I think I was most interested in the freshmen, right, and the young guys, and seeing how they looked. Mm-hmm. And Bo wrestled well. I thought Bryce Meredith was clearly the better guy yesterday. Yep. I think, a little more seasoning for Bo can make it interesting. I thought one of the calls was actually sort of strange, but either way. One? Later.
Is it the one? So the one where Meredith was through the leg and he had the other leg hooked. I might have went 2-2, but Meredith didn't seem all that upset, so kind of whatever. But I thought Meredith sat back first and then got taken backwards that direction.
I did too.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I would have went 2-2 there. Probably.
It was when it gave him the lead at 6-6 or.
Yeah, that's the same one we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that was sort of a strange call. I don't even know if they did challenges at this thing or not.
They didn't. Which I was kind of surprised because, Meredith also looked a little bit tired. So, when you're tired, it's probably extra good reason to challenge a call. And then also at 6-6, Bo was winning. So, it would have been fine to challenge that.
Right. So I thought, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked small. Dude, I couldn't believe how much bigger Meredith was than him. He looked 10 pounds bigger.
That's what in your little, and I maybe you didn't put it in perfect order, but in that one little tweet you did, you kind of had Bartlett below Nick Lee, which I think Bartlett's would be a much better 41 in a league.
I think you're right.
49.
I think that's exactly what it would be.
Yeah, one of the things that, and I guess if there's a weak spot at Penn State, is that Staroki and Kirkfoot were so offensive and aggressive, and that's kind of a hallmark of the better guys that have came out of Penn State: Ed Ruth, Dave Taylor, Zane. Jason and Bo, they've all been really aggressive. Bo Bartlett took barely any shots in that match, and then Michael Beard was amazingly defensive. Man,
I think you could say he didn't finish many shots. I think he took a fair amount of shots. There were two shots that Bo was in super, super deep. There was the one at the end, which was not super close to finishing, but he was in deep on a single leg standing. Mm-hmm. But then there was one maybe a minute before where he had the single and was even backside double driving and couldn't quite put him down for the two, and Meredith kind of was able to evade, but he was in very deep, nearly finished there. So I would say while he wasn't in on legs maybe as much as Meredith, he was in at least 3 or 4 really good times against Meredith. You just went over the senior nationals run he had, and he's clearly in the conversation for that. And this is a kid, I mean, he placed at the U.S. Open as a high school junior and senior level. He's really dang good.
Yeah.
So
But Beard's definitely a weak point. I mean, I think we kind of knew that a little bit. Like that,
is he?
He got a big real fast. I think so. He got a big fast against Bullsack. Bullsack is not like a top 5 guy ever, really. And then he didn't shoot it all, and Bullsack kept coming back on him and scoring takedowns in the second period. I was, I think I guess this is kind of where I predicted he would be at. But yeah, I think if you're a Penn State guy, you want more out of Beard.
Man, I still remain. I just watch him and be like, that's gonna work out eventually. He's only gonna be a freshman this year for the.
But did he take a gray shirt also? Didn't he take gray shirt and red shirt?
Yes.
So he's really like his 3rd year of college.
Yeah, you feel like he should be further along. And I don't listen. I'm not putting him in the title contending class.
Okay.
I think he's an All-American threat. I think he can do some stuff from neutral that makes him absolutely elite. I think he's really good on his feet. I think his reattacks are really strong. I think he has some holes, obviously, but I think there's a lot to work with there. But it's not really that. It's not really the Beards or a Robbie Howard. It's how many they're going to have a lot of title contenders, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And anytime you have a team with that much firepower. And you factor in, there's also a little bit of a Penn State tax or whatever you want to call it that just amplifies him. I don't think tax is
it's opposite of tax because tax takes stuff away.
Yeah, you're probably looking for tax loopholes with your bracket.
Probably a Penn State bump. A Penn State bump. Hey, if those Biden tax comes in, I might be homeless. We never know.
Okay, wow, high. What a fall from grace that would be. That'd be very unfortunate. Imagine where we'll be, Becky. Yeah. We're really screwed. We better. How handy are you?
There's that
Not
Christian,
handy whatsoever. I'm screwed.
I don't know if you know this.
We're dead.
There's a really strong homeless community in Austin. I've been there a few times. You could go get a tent at the local Walmart, and you'd have plenty of buddies to hang out with on a Friday night.
Yeah, they roll up on Riverside, man. They stay in a nicer street.
It's crazy.
It's wild. Up here, I'd be by myself, and I'd be cold.
Yeah. I prefer the isolation, but yeah, Bracky and I, if times get tough, Bracky and I are definitely screwed. Can you hunt or anything like that?
Oh man, I'm the worst West Virginian of all time, man. When it comes to that stuff,
could you beat up a deer? Maybe.
Yeah, I could do that.
You cannot beat up a deer,
dude. He might be able to beat up a deer.
I might be able to.
Bracky's pretty quick, heavy hands.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Snap him down, get the angle. Okay.
Get his back, choke it out.
Hey, listen.
Choke it out.
Before we go to the whiteboard war, if Kale needs to have a better matchmaker, he's giving his guys too easy of matches. Like I like that.
Now they're too easy. Now they're too easy.
Well, Kyle, we all knew they were going to win. It was just the fashion in which they won, which is what Christian and I have been saying the whole time. It was the fashion in which they won that was. So
by the way, Tanner Hall beat Demetrius Thomas 13-2, and he lost to Christian Lance in the backside.
Okay, but he didn't get tech fault in 45 seconds.
Christian Lance didn't even start for Nebraska, and Demetrius Thomas was a top 10 guy last year. So,
okay, so Demetrius was top 10. Listen, Kale needs to give him a little tougher matchups every once in a while. He can't be doing these ones where I just got nominated for chairman of USAW on Twitter.
Who nominated you?
Just go look. You never know.
Okay.
Whiteboard war. Let's do it.
All right. We'll wait.
Someone.
Okay. Yeah. I guess we can just go straight to it.
I'll send it to you guys.
All right. Cool. So
someone who likes U-Hauls.
Okay. Neat. I doubt that actually. Okay. So Penn State versus Iowa. It's going to be a thing this year. Listen, there's going to be a lot of good teams. Cornell, Michigan, all going to be nasty. Oklahoma State's going to be good. But I think this has the makings of now. What'll be different from the Ohio State Penn State thing in 2018 was Ohio State had tons of established talent, as did Penn State. It was just known juggernaut squad. Whereas I am projecting that there's going to be, a Carter Starocki and a Kirk Fleet and all these guys are going to they're going to get there to where they're they're those Titans. They're not there right now, but they're going to be there
they're kind of there, Christian.
Well, they're clearly there, but these people until they see them get on a podium, they just don't want to believe anything. They can't just
mean based on past accomplishments is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just it reminds me of the open mat forums in like 2010 when people were like wouldn't open their eyes that like Ed Ruth was amazing and David Taylor was incredible and that like this Penn State was so obviously the next thing, and they just couldn't believe it. And it was like me and like one other person. They were like, yeah, they're going to be amazing and they're probably going to win NCAAs a lot. And Ed Ruth's ridiculous. And they were just like, no.
I can't speak to 2010, the open mat. I can't speak.
Listen, you don't want to. That's a credit. That should be in your Twitter bio. Unfortunately, I can. And like it was like, so I'm getting a little bit of that on Twitter. Like, oh my gosh, I'm such a hater. And Penn State and these guys haven't proven anything. It's like, to me, it's very, very obvious that they're going to be in the mix here. And I'm not saying that Penn State's going to win, but they might just win. I don't think it's crazy to think about. So,
by the way, before we get started, RBY was in the Facebook chat, and he said we gotta get our feet wet, Ben. When you said the competition was too easy,
where'd he go? I don't see him.
It's up there.
Oh, I see that. That's what. Listen, what's RBY doing on? The content you're trying to react to is not available anymore. Kale got a hold of social media and deleted it. Kale's got this. He's like this DARPA net. Deleting all his social medias. Kale has this thing in his office. It's just this board, and it has all of his athletes' social medias linked to. He's like, delete.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, it was
okay,
out
but
there.
what is RBY doing on Facebook? Because only old people are on Facebook.
Who knows? You know what? He's a Renaissance man. RBY.
Man. Nice
man of class and culture.
Yes, he is. He is that and more. Also, what do you think there's no way he can make 57 before we get into this whiteboard war?
I don't feel like
Listen.
Okay, so if you told Christian, if you told me 57 day before, I would say sure. It's gonna be tough, but I think yes. If you're telling me it's 57 day of, I picture the same thing as James Green at 65.
Dang it. Well, listen. Spencer Lee is just a different category in all likelihood, but he is he'd be an interesting wrinkle there with his speed and the progression that he's demonstrating. And you know, on the one hand, yeah, he's long, and it's like, where does the weight come off RBY? I think that's a big question. Yeah. But on the other side, it's like, I think he walks around at like 37. Okay, not that big.
Are you sure he's that small? That's pretty small, Christian.
How big was he when he got on the scale with Seabass?
137.
137. And
after workout or before?
He goes after.
But it's not like he's cutting any weight. So maybe he's 39, right? But it's not like it was a weight cutting workout. So what do you think about that, Ben?
Maybe. If he's really that small, I mean, like,
is he bigger than Seth Gross?
I was going to say, Seth Gross, for example, is probably that big when he's not cutting. And a few of those other guys, I would have to imagine. You know, I've heard Dayton doesn't get that big, even though when I look at him, like, oh man, he's big. If he let himself go, he'd get to 150 easy.
Yeah, but Dayton's really short. I think that's one thing that he's like, I don't know, is he 5'2", something like that? But
yeah, not big.
I think, I mean, I have no idea if he could do it, but yeah, here's the thing, man. He's not going to be big enough for 65. Maybe ever. Hopefully, eventually, he does find a good Olympic weight. But this is a unique talent that could be totally screwed by the IOC, right? It's unfortunate.
Well, I don't know. I mean, listen. I think Roman's really good, but he still has. Before you say it's a unique talent that's screwed, like we were talking about. For example, Kyle Dake, when he was behind Jordan Burroughs, when we knew Kyle Dake, if he had a right weight class, he would want to win.
Wait, no. That's not the same. What? He has a right weight class. He just can't beat the guy that's in it.
Who? Kyle?
Yeah. He had the right weight class.
Well, okay.
74 is the right weight for him. He just can't beat Jordan.
Well, 79, he's a world champ there too, right? So back in the day, hold on, Christian. Many years ago, not even that many. We'll say, what was it? 15, 16 years ago, there was 10 weight classes, which afforded athletes more opportunities, right? So there would have been a weight class because I think there was like a 155 then 167, maybe it was 154 then 167, something like that, and then 180. So you didn't go all the way to 189. I think it was somewhere around there. So it's like people would find spots because there was more spots, but when there's only 6 spots, it's really, really hard.
Yeah, no, I understand the math there. I'm just saying, Roman and there's other 61s that are just kind of like between a rock and a hard place. Okay, that's different.
Joe Cologne
Joe Cologne,
who's got a world medal already.
Yeah, that to me is just a different thing. But yeah, I understand that there's fewer opportunities when there's fewer Olympic weight classes. So I think it'd be interesting. I'm not saying he's making the team or anything. I'm just saying he looks pretty freaking good.
Okay, he did look very good. But I would like to see him. So I would feel like, oh my gosh, who did he wrestle at? Jack Mueller and Shelton Mack. I would say like they're not in that upper echelon of guys who are going to challenge to make the team at either 57 or 61. So I would like to see him against a guy like that before I would want to anoint him the guy.
Yeah, definitely no anointing here. I'm putting the anointing oil away, as Bill Parcells would say. Remember that one, Bracky?
Yep.
See?
That's a nice callback.
Thank you. All right, let's do this freaking Penn State-Iowa whiteboard war. This is going to be a humdinger. I'm excited for it, though.
Mary Humdinger's a bad guy.
We have a sheet. Oh, that's a great callback from, is that Paw Patrol? What is that from?
Paw Patrol.
Oh, man. Mayor Humdinger's a bad guy. Okay. Thank you, Ozzy. Yes. Okay. So, first of all, take a look at the lineups.
You moved
virtual whiteboard.
Some lineup around for Penn State compared to where we have them ranked.
Yes. I'm making some changes.
Wait, you believe this is the way it will be.
Joe Lee and Berge? Really?
That's what I think.
So are we doing this, Christian? Are we doing this in dual format or tournament points? Because obviously, I think Penn State's more likely to beat them in a tournament than they are dual.
Wow, I kind of disagree.
Okay, all right. Let's see how it works out.
Let's fight.
Let's. You know what? I have to fight you now. Now's my only chance. All right. Well, it starts off with a pretty tough initiation for a true freshman, but you know what? We know Robbie Howard will bring a fighting spirit, but Spencer Lee is, next level.
I'm going tech fall for me.
Tech, no pin?
No, he doesn't pin all that much.
I'm saying, what he do at, did he get the tech in the duel last time? I think he did. Or did he pin him?
At Penn State? Yeah, he,
16-1 technical fall.
Yeah, technical.
Okay, over.
He had more techs last year than pins.
I don't know, man. I think I'm going pinfall here. Pinfall for me.
Recky?
Steve?
What do you got?
Tech.
Tech.
So hang on, let me.
Wow, some Spencer haters here.
That's just
what
he
do you
does.
mean, Spencer haters?
The
That's
disrespect.
what he does.
The disrespect is just.
How about this?
Christian.
First period tech.
Absolutely.
First period tech fall.
Oh wow! Now we're getting times involved.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're getting times involved.
You wanted to get
That's
times
what I'm
involved.
talking about.
So
okay.
we're doing speed runs here.
speed rounds.
Robbie Howard's gonna try to fight Bracky.
Hey,
I'll tell you that much.
Spencer Lee's never even seen a 113.
He hasn't. So
okay.
What does a 113 mean?
Streets 112, dude.
I don't get it.
We'll send you the video. Put it in the show notes so people can watch.
Okay.
It's not super safe for work, but it's really funny. I think there's some bad words.
There's a lot of bad words.
There's a lot of bad words. Confirmed bad words. Won't bother.
Depends on what you call a bad word.
Oh, hey. Sorry.
Depends if you think the F word's a bad word.
Yeah. Some people don't.
I got a question.
What?
Nothing. I'm gonna wait till after the whiteboard war to bring it up. I just need to write it down somewhere so I don't forget.
Oh gosh. Just do it. It's fine.
John Calderon brought up the international wrestlers that are training in America will be going to Worlds.
Yeah, I know.
That's like rubbing dirt in the face of our athletes.
Yeah, that does stink. I thought about that. The foreign Americans get the last laugh there. Unfortunate. Okay. 133 pounds. We've seen this one on 4 occasions. It's 2 for RBY, 2 for DeSanto. They had the injury default one at the duel, and then RBY beat him at Big Tens in a really, really, really close match. But one thing we've seen with DeSanto, an issue, is he's great the first times against guys. Yes. He beat Seth Gross the first time, then lost. He beat Nick Suriano the first time, then lost. Beat Roman the first times and has since lost. He beat Stevan Micic the first time and has since lost, right? So on the one hand, he beats a lot of really good guys. On the other, he needs another pitch or something. He needs another thing, right? And when it comes time to change up, he hasn't been able to do so.
What I think it's just that people, the first time they feel his strength and his intensity that he's bringing, they're kind of maybe a little thrown off by that. And then once they're ready for it, then it's not as big of a deal.
Right. So for that reason, I'm going for Roman Bravo Young decision in 7 minutes.
I agree. Same.
Yeah, same for me, 7 minutes as well.
Now, the DeSanto perspective here is if you watch a different official with their Big Ten match, there could have been Roman got his double and intelligently wrestled DeSanto throughout, but I thought he could have been hit for stalling at some point, and I think it would have changed the match a little bit. But he didn't, and he didn't have to make any adjustments, and so he won. So if you're looking for how DeSanto can win, it's pretty clear. I think a different official that keeps RBY in the center for a longer period of time, it's a little different. But as it is, I feel comfortable picking Roman because I know we've only seen him wrestle 2 matches since Big Tens, but I feel like he's looked really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm fairly confident in the Roman pick. I think DeSanto's path to beat him is tough, right? And Roman kind of has, I don't want to say figured out, but he's got a good grasp on how to wrestle DeSanto. And you could say if he does get called for stalling, it's a different match, but maybe it also encourages him to take more opportunities for himself and he scores more points.
Yeah, that could happen as well.
Because it's not really like he gasses out or anything, right? He's not one of those guys, so it's not like he gasses out. And if he's forced to do something, he's gonna lose. I think he was. Honestly, I think Roman, in my opinion, takes a little too few opportunities sometimes. Like he wrestles a little too conservatively for the skill set that he has.
Yeah, and that was, I guess that's one of the things that has, given me a little more confidence in him is I feel like he is attacking a little more freely and trusting his very good offense. But it's been freestyle; it's a little different, and but I think what he's doing is going to continue to work for him. Okay, 141. Listen, there's no ranking next to Bo Bartlett's name, but I think
you gonna do this. You do this, Christian? Tom, listen, Robbie Howard gonna fight Kyle, and Tom Brand's gonna fight you.
Oh my gosh, I haven't done anything yet. I just think it's gonna be a match. Now, Jaden has a couple things going for him, more than a couple actually. He's really good at folk style. He's really, really good on top. He pins a lot of dudes. So this could be 6 for Iowa, very reasonably. And I think the idea of Bo avoiding the first crack, Bo Bartlett avoiding all of Jaden Ironman's traps and not getting caught for a 2-2 or not getting caught in one of the exchanges, I think that probability is not high enough for me to pick Bo in the first crack. And since this is a duel, this would be the first crack, and I want to be accurate. So I will say Jaden Ironman by a decision, but it will be...
Oh, what?
What?
I thought you were going Bartlett.
No, didn't you hear my rationale?
Yeah, but when you first started, I thought you were going to go Bartlett for sure.
Well, I was saying he's not
Good.
ranked.
You swerved me.
Oh, I swerved.
Well, that was a swerve.
Yeah, I mentioned him not being ranked because it can make a number 3 versus an unranked. But this is just a really uniquely skilled and accomplished wrestler for someone who's going to be a true freshman. And but yeah, I'm taking Ironman by decision. I think there's one of those exchanges, one of those traps Bo Bartlett's going to fall into, but we'll leave the match thinking, all right, this is definitely going to be a real thing come Big Tens and come NCAAs.
Yeah. So I'll go Ironman also. I think it looks, not that Ironman and Bryce Meredith have the exact same skill set, but they do something similarly. I think Ironman just be a little too confusing for Bartlett the first time. The one thing Bartlett did yesterday that I was just saying that was outstanding, Christian, he got caught in that trap arm right away, and I don't know how this dude didn't get turned. I mean, he must be insanely strong because it was a nice tight trap arm, and Meredith couldn't budge him, and he's a grown man. He's damn near 40.
And that's another thing. He's not gonna. Bryce Meredith 40, Gabe Dean 30, Bryce Meredith 40. Who knows how old Ben thinks Dean Heil is?
You guys know what that's from, right?
What the
Mike Gundy?
Mike Gundy?
Yeah, Mike Gundy. That was such a great interview. That was a hell of a promo.
He's like 50 now.
Yeah, he's a man. He's 50 now.
Yeah, still a man. No longer 40. Yeah, I think he is. And
53, man.
53. Wow, it's been so long. Hey, one other thing with Bo and why I'm bullish is like this is someone that is not going to have like a huge maturation physicality gap right away.
Yes, that's true.
I think he's going to be plenty strong and plenty capable. He's a really good hand fighter. He gets to control ties. He's got a good underhook. So I think when you factor that in, he's going to be ready to go right away. But Ironman. Okay, 149. Obviously we're assuming a lot. There's basically no assumptions with the Iowa lineup. It's basically run it back, less Lugo. But with Penn State, there's tons of assumptions.
Yeah,
one, I'm assuming Robbie wrestles right away. I'm assuming Nick Lee goes up and Bo would go 41. That could be different. I'm assuming Jared Verclairen's not involved. I'm assuming Lee comes down to 57 and Berge goes up.
Why do you think Lee can make 57?
I don't know.
Joe Lee, obviously.
I think he can, because I believe in him.
Because did he ever wrestle? Did he ever wrestle that weight? Because remember he gray shirted also, so he gray shirted and red shirted.
Yeah,
I thought he was 65 all of the years.
I think that is true.
Okay.
He wrestled.
He has made
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches at 157 in 2018.
But it's one of those why cut weight type of scenarios. I don't know. It could be Berge back down. I think Berge's going up. These are just my thoughts. Another name that could be kind of an interesting one to throw in there is Adam Busiello involved in the 157 race?
Get out of here.
Get out of here. I just got told to get out of here. Yeah. Well, get out of here, Adam. Sorry.
Well, I'm actually they don't even have a new roster up. Penn State, it's October. Why is your old lineup on your website?
If people find out who's on their team, it will be a competitive advantage that...
Well, that's what I'm thinking, like, is there really no one else they can throw in at 57, Christian? I want to see their lineup.
Is Bo Pfeiffer still around?
He ain't the guy. You know what
it's not him.
Was there no other really good red shirt they got? What about the Bear Claw guy? He beat Shoop last night. That's a decent win.
Yeah, he could be in the mix as well.
How big is he though?
Huh?
Yeah, isn't he like a 40?
Shoop was a 41.
41.
He's listed at 49 on the roster.
Okay.
49
on the roster, 57.
What about Mason Manville? Where the heck did he go?
Chael ruined him, according to Chael. Have you heard Chael's bid on this?
Yes.
He said, his father calls me son. He said he's never been the same.
He was an Olympic redshirt last year.
He Olympic redshirted, so he could come back this year. He'd be interesting at 65. He gave Marsteller a pretty tough match that one year at the Scuffle. He's going to be a guy that could be in in a lot of matches. But I don't know if he could get to the next thing.
Sure. Because there's not a lot of offense being able to be generated there. Good defense, though.
Very good defense, very good hand fighter.
That year he wrestled for Penn State. He wrestled 165, 174, and 184.
Almost a full Hellbig in 1 year. That's pretty impressive. Okay. So
listen to his last 5 matches real quick. So he wrestled 165 in the duel against Evan Wick. Then he wrestled Taylor Vins up at 184. Then Miles Martin, Cam Caffey, and Emery Parker.
Jeez.
Wow. What was his record? 0-5?
0-5.
That would be an 0-5. Those are all monsters. Those are all. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Okay, continue.
All right, we'll continue with Bracky's blessing.
I'll go Nick Lee by 6-point decision.
6-point decision.
Almost a major, but not quite. He'll be going for the major and he won't get it.
Yeah, he'll go for the major, and then Murin's going to dart in on a single and try to come out the back door, and it's going to take like 38 seconds, and it's going to get stalemated, and he won't be able to freaking get it.
Perfect.
So I will say decision in 7 minutes for Nicholas Lee.
Real quick, Spencer Ito in the chat said, it's Bear Clough. His uncle is my dentist.
Oh, wow.
Well, listen.
That is fancy.
We're calling him Bear Claw.
Yeah, friends call me
better.
Bear Claw.
That's right.
I don't think he's half Cherokee and Choctaw, but...
What about Chippewa?
No, his baby is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we all win Nick Lee in decision?
Yeah, well, no, I had Tim McGraw by major, but I think everyone else had Nick Lee by decision.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, 57.
Oh, my God.
Caleb Young, who I believe... is he married now?
He's married.
He's married now to Tom Brand's daughter. So...
Wait, is this a joke?
No.
You didn't know that, Ben?
No, that's
There's
real.
no
This is real? Stop.
Yes. Ben, that's old news. They've been together for a while.
Okay. Is Caleb Young going to be like a Gracie and be called Caleb Brands?
I don't think so. I think he's pretty pot committed to being called Caleb Young at this point.
You guys know in the jiu-jitsu community, a whole bunch of people who married Gracie daughters took on the last name of Gracie to further help their business. So listen, if Caleb Brands wants to take on the Brands last name, it's not a bad idea. Caleb Brands kind of has a nice ring to it.
Okay. Maybe so.
It'd probably bump up the rankings at least 3 spots.
It's going to help. Imagine if they could get 2 Brands in the lineup again. Get Nelson in the
and
mix.
Caleb Brands.
Oh my gosh. So
Brands brothers are back.
Yeah. All right. So I think
I can't believe it. Was that? Are you guys serious?
Ben, I'm dead serious. I'm looking at wedding picture right now.
I have no idea. I pull up the wedding picture and of course their wedding theme. I think they're committed to the last name Young because we'll just let you see the picture here. Tyler will pull it up. I don't want to spoil the surprise for you or the adoring our viewership who are very.
We got to give Tyler a second.
We got to give Tyler a second, maybe 14 or 15. But while we're waiting, I've got Caleb Young by a decision.
Well, if you went with Caleb Brands, I was gonna pick major. But if he's Caleb Young, I'm going decision.
He ain't getting a major.
I think he's
well,
gonna be.
Well, if he's Caleb Brands, he would.
He's gonna be Young.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here comes a switch.
Look
at that. Forever Young. Look at that.
Where did it say forever? Oh, I see up there. I got it. There you go.
That's Tom's
Madigan?
Madigan Brands.
Tom's daughter's name is Madigan?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
All right.
So wow, you learned a lot. I cannot believe you didn't know that. It's not a secret at all.
We did an interview with Tom a few years ago where he was talking about it and how
he's like, it's a different year. It's like my nephew's on the team. My daughter is dating one of the wrestlers, so it's a real kind of a family deal kind of season. Thanks for your support there. Thanks for watching.
I did not know that.
Can I not interest you in Tom Brand's interviews? I can't. I am
I've
almost
listened
convinced.
to a few Tom Brand's interviews. Not all of them though.
There is a chance. I can't prove it, but there is a chance I've listened to every Tom Brand's interview that's on the internet. It's possible.
Stop. Christian, stop.
If I've
There's
listened
no
to...
way. You're lying.
Maybe. There hasn't been one that I've seen that has come across my eyes via YouTube, Flow, Track, USA Today. I'm watching it. No matter what.
You kind of sound like a stalker. You're a little bit sound like a stalker.
This is a little weird.
It's a little weird.
Okay. I don't think it's that weird. Every time the guy talks, I find myself really fascinated and interested. Okay. So freaking sue me.
So if I'm a stalker, then I'm a stalker.
So if I'm a stalker, listen, if, Googling his address and hanging out and, waving to him when he drives by and maybe, hanging around where he, surprising him at a couple breakfasts every now and again makes me a stalker, then, maybe I'm a stalker. Okay. Not a stalker, Coach Brands. Listen, there's a list of people you do not want to stalk. The Brands brothers got to be high on that one. You get caught stalking the Brands brothers, there's no criminal proceedings. It's just over.
There's some fisticuffs.
Your stalking career is just ended by them. Okay.
Hey, a little bit of breaking news here.
Oh, wow.
UFC Wrestling is going to have a Zoom today at 1 Eastern to talk about their decision.
Oh, snap.
We should probably have someone on that.
We should probably have someone on that.
So future speakers will be Bruce Baumgartner. Ever heard of him? Veronica Carlson, Executive Committee Member, Chairperson of Athlete Advisory Committee, and Bernard J. Feldman, MD, Member of UFC Wrestling COVID-19 Advisory Committee.
Wow. MD, of course.
You guys should ask them about them hosting these other tournaments.
We'll leave that to, I don't know, the truth tellers, the hard hit. What's the guy's name?
Carl Monday.
You need to go on a Carl Monday deep dive. This
Kenny's
guy's
brother?
He's the watchdog. They are not related, I'm guessing.
No relation.
So this dude, tell him about Carl Monday, because we're going on a little deep dive this morning.
Carl Monday is Cleveland. He's Cleveland's watchdog.
Yeah.
He's an investigative reporter in Cleveland, and he tackles a bunch of hard-hitting issues. And he's had a few stories go viral because
they're hilarious.
They're hilarious, and he just is the king of gotcha journalism, just catching these people, and they just admit to things.
Tell about the cop.
Oh yeah, the cop. He caught this guy leaving his district and just going home and chilling for hours.
For 14 straight days.
And he just confronts him, and he's like, yeah, you're right, Mr. Monday.
These people, the way they react is really funny. Yeah,
I'm reading his Wikipedia right now.
Hopefully, some of our Ohio listeners know about Carl Monday.
Yeah, I hope so. See if Facebook's. I don't know if we have a big Ohio list.
Carl Monday legally changed his name to Carl Monday in 1972. Was not his real name.
Wow, I didn't know that. Dang.
Kind of makes me wonder what else he's hiding.
Yeah.
What if we Carl Monday'd Carl Monday?
We should.
Let's get him.
What, Christian, 1 p.m. what time? Eastern Standard or
1 Eastern.
1 Eastern.
They laid it out for us. It's 1 Eastern. It's noon Central. It's 11 a.m. Mountain. It's 10 a.m. Pacific.
I can watch on my phone, maybe.
You hear that, Chael? 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay, so we're only at 1:57, and we've got some more fun to have. Bracky's currently deleting an email from Olive Garden. Just a quick update.
Sorry.
Why are you on Olive Garden's mailing list?
Why are you not on Olive Garden's mailing list?
I'm sorry. Do you not like breadsticks, Ben? How about if they're unlimited?
Listen.
You can't run out of breadsticks.
If I want to eat Olive Gardens, I know where the damn Olive Garden is. I don't need them to email me directions.
Well, what if they're not emailing me directions? They're emailing me deals. I did a takeout order with them, so you have to put your email in. So now I'm on the mailing list.
How are you gonna know when they have the never-ending pasta bowl?
The 99-cent breadstick is not worth me getting 74 emails from Olive Garden that I want to delete every freaking day.
What if I kind of like them?
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe it gives him that. He moved away from his family. And
are you on Applebee's mailing list too?
No, I'm not on that. I'm not a psycho like JD.
I like. One time I made a comment about Chili's in front of Ben Askren, and he laughed at me for 5 minutes. I don't know if you remember that.
Man,
I think you made me go to Chili's in Stillwater. I mean, yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Fred Anthony Lima in the Facebook chat said, Carl Monday used to get hammered on Appletini's at Metropolitan Cafe and drive home from West 6th Street totally hammered.
All right. So someone really does need to watch Carl Monday.
Investigate that.
Okay. All right, so we're halfway through this duel.
I can't wait for us to banner just the whiteboard war, and there's going to be these little nuggets in there.
Yeah, people are going to be so pissed. I love it.
They're going to love it.
So me and Ben have it Iowa 11-6. Christian has it 12-6 because he had Spencer getting the pin, not the tech.
Got it. Okay.
Wait, we all picked Caleb Brands, right?
Caleb Brands. 165. Okay. The Bull versus we'll say Brady Berge. And Ben doesn't like it.
Man. Listen, Brady Berge, he should not wrestle against Alex Marinelli because he's got concussion issues, and this is this is not a good idea. Like, put someone else in the lineup.
They're not gonna put him out there unless he's good to go, fully healthy. Have they seen an Alex Marinelli collar tie? Because listen, I would put him out there. No, I've seen, everyone's seen it. I think I'm betting the brand or the Sanderson brothers have watched Alex Marinelli wrestle. I think they've seen it.
Why are they going to sacrifice? Why are they going to sacrifice their guy?
It's not a sacrifice, man. Because Brady Berge's legit. I think he keeps it to a decision. That's what I'll say.
No, I'm saying that he's going to give him a concussion.
He's saying he's very physical and he could get injured again.
Listen,
thank you for breaking it down for Christian.
No, I get it. I think that's silly. I think you either can wrestle or you can't wrestle, right? It's not like he's not gonna, punch him in the face. He can withstand hard collar ties.
Well, it's gonna be in the back of the neck. He's gonna punch him in the back of the neck, Christian. It's gonna be whammo like that.
He's not gonna punch him in the back of the neck. He's not gonna punch him.
He is. He's gonna get up his hand right here. Instead of in here, he's gonna go wham, and then he's gonna open his hand and collar tie him. It's definitely gonna be a punch, a strike. It'll be a strike to the back of the neck, right there.
Do a lot of people do that?
I mean, that's the most effective way to collar tie someone.
Punch them and then open your hand up.
Listen,
and then.
Oh yeah, listen. One of my tactics in the beginning of the match would be to. Here's the deal, Christian. I gotta scoot this way on my screen, or maybe scoot back. You can't do a wild karate chop.
Yeah, you can't come from far.
All right, here's the deal. You got to be in here on the bicep, and then I would just try to punch people as hard as I could to make them mad right at the beginning of the match, like this. Wham! Punch right in the back of the neck, just so they get mad, do something stupid, and it worked. We'll go 20% of the time.
So you're just straight up Judy chopping these guys in the back of the neck.
As hard as I could. Yes.
I remember one time you said something like that. You were doing some sort of a technique video, and you're like, one of my favorite takedowns. You're like, if I really need one, I got to get one. What I do is, you said I punch the guy as hard as I can in the neck, and then I shoot a double leg and I take him down.
Yes.
You remember that video? I really watched that.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start punching kids in the neck.
That was my go-to. If when you end of practice and you're tired, and then the coach says overtime, and you gotta get a takedown, you're done. My go-to every step to myself. I'm gonna jam you in the forehead, boom in the forehead, bam as hard as I can, fire the double leg. Every time within 3 seconds.
That's a lethal combo. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's wait, you guys gotta go.
I got Alex Marinelli by injury default.
Oh my gosh. Injury default.
Are you serious?
In how many minutes? Time it. At least
you want me to put an injury default on here?
Oh, I'm joking. Decision Marinelli. Marinelli.
7 minutes.
Decision Ellie. Okay. All right. Kimmer, Starocki. Oh boy. Listen,
put your money where your
there
mouth
are
are, boys.
so many people think I'm a total idiot for saying that this is a toss-up. Am I a total idiot, Ben? Multiple disrespect. Am I disrespecting Michael Kimmer?
This is going to be very competitive. I don't know that I'm going to go out on a limb and pick Starocki at this point, but someone not acknowledging that this is going to be highly competitive, they're stupid.
And you're not stupid, so
you're not.
I've already established I am not stupid, and Christian's not crazy,
and I'm not crazy. I am paranoid, but I'm not crazy. There's a difference. Okay, so am I going to do this? Am I really about to do this?
I don't know. Listen, the Brands brothers already want to fight. I think they want to fight you because What did they want to fight you about again? I forgot.
Who really knows?
You were gonna pick Bartlett. That's why they forgot about that. They don't want to fight you anymore.
They don't want to fight me anymore, so I could stay on their good side. But probably I'm not anyway. So what's the point of that?
Is anyone on Tom Brand's good side? Is there anybody?
Well, I'm sure.
Okay, a few people, like the members of his team, and that's it, and his wife, most days.
All right. You pick, Ben.
I'm gonna go Alex Marinelli. We're gonna go 9-8.
So we're bumping up Marinelli here. That'd be a big move. Big move. You got a plan? Wow.
I'm gonna go. Michael Kemmer 9-8.
Yes. Okay. I'm saying he does it. I know Michael Kemmer beat Mark Hall. I watched that match, and I watched it when Hall beat him. The comparisons between Starocki and Hall, I think they're sort of apples and oranges. Starocki is going to be a much more attack mode style wrestler. I think it is a shootout. I think these are both two leg attacking sons of guns.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, Starocki and Hall have much different styles of wrestling. He's right on that for sure. And I think, Mark Hall admitted as much. We both listened to that call where he said he got a little too amped up for that match. And I think that was pretty evident to see.
He sort of
Carver got him
immediately.
Twice. Yeah, Carver got him twice. Oh, yeah, if Mark Hall, if he takes a little bit of juice off that throw, he's going to deck him for sure.
Yeah. All right, listen. This is going to be Ed Rec Hall also, by the way. I think.
But there's going to be nobody there, unfortunately.
Oh, snap.
It's definitely not going to be a full house.
Oh, man.
I mean, yeah.
Russian
Nationals was sold out. That was cool.
Yeah, they don't care.
They
have zero rules.
They're sort of on the fence if the whole thing's real or not. They're like, whatever. So
Ben, you picked Kimmer, right? Just to make sure.
I did. 9-8.
Okay.
I picked it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Listen, at some point, Penn State's gonna get one of these, like a 41 or one of these kind of upset things. I'll just do it right here. The ultimate disrespect. And I'll pick Starocki. 8-7 in 7 minutes.
Nice, solid pick.
I'm taking Kimmer.
Yeah,
no surprise.
It's gonna be a great match.
Yeah, I think the people that are saying it's disrespectful to Kimmer are being disrespectful to Starocki or Starocki, however you say it.
I think we're going Starocki.
Starocki.
I think the fact that that Ben's gut is Starocki makes me almost positive it has to be Starocki.
Right, he's wrong about a lot of pronunciations.
Other than his name, what can we trust him with? And even then,
I have the best pronunciation of names.
Well, wait till you hear the one Sion dropped on us this morning.
Wait till heavyweight when we drop
really?
Sion. Yeah, Sion's come in the last 2 days.
I'm already thinking about Kirkfoot. We need a nickname for him, absolutely, because I cannot keep pronouncing this guy's name and butchering it. I think DGK is a good one. I think maybe we should stick with that.
DGK.
Daniel Kirkfoot.
All right, we'll workshop that. Maybe a goal for Thursday's show is to establish a Kerfleet nickname. 84.
Yeah.
Abe Assad versus Aaron Brooks. We've seen this. We know this, and I think it's a Brooks decision again.
Yes, Aaron Brooks.
Although Brooks was really coming on at the end, he cradled up, and pinned Taylor Vins. I think Assad's going to continue to get better too. We have to remember he was a true freshman as well, really tough. So I think it's a decision. I think it's I just think it's going to be really tough for Abe to match the points Brooks can put up.
I concur wholeheartedly. I got Aaron Brooks by decision.
Okay.
Yup.
Beard Warner, I can tell that
I know who I'm picking.
Ben is not impressed with Michael Beard.
And Jacob Warner whooped him twice in the UWW cadet finals. So
that was in like
big brother over him also.
That was in like 2009, but it did happen.
9. It was 17, I think.
No, it's definitely 2009.
16.
No,
16.
yeah. I mean, I think Beard has a bit to go before I'm ready to go get him over the hump, and him jumping out to a lead like he did against Balsick and then is sort of struggling to hang on to it, even though he did, makes me think, okay, maybe not yet. Warner's good on the mat. He's good on the feet. He's going to make things difficult for him in the hand fight. And for that reason, I've got a Warner decision, and I don't think this flirts with bonus points.
I concur.
Yep.
Bracky's got Beard by Tech.
Nope.
And all right, we moved to heavyweight. All right, so we're talking about the match yesterday, and not Kerfleet, his name's Sion, walks in. He's asking about it, and why don't you give? I only slightly overheard it.
So he's talking about Kirkfleet, and he said, at first he just said Kirk, and then
which was smart,
right? And then it was Kirk and something David Bray and I could not understand at all, like not English.
Like Kirkland. Like Kirkland.
And then he said Kirkwich. He said Kirkwich.
Oh God, he was hungry. His mind was on the places.
I guess it was like 7:30. Yeah, Kirkwich is maybe the cherry on top of the name pronunciation Sunday for Sion Williams. But Kirkwich, DGK, I don't like DGK. It just doesn't flow for me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm not forgetting about Busiello.
No, we're forgetting about Busiello.
I mentioned Busiello.
I forgot him.
You forgot him. Well, I'm remembering him on your behalf. I'm just saying, he's going to be in the mix. He's gonna be fighting for the spot. Okay. And then where are we going next? I've got Kirkfleet by a decision.
I got Kirkfleet.
I think he could.
You think it's a major?
I think he could.
No, stop.
What? No, stop. Mason Paris pieced Cassiope up. And so did Gable. If Gable had put any effort into writing.
But Kirkfleet's not good on top either.
Okay, but I think he can go pick and choose when he wants to get his takedowns.
But if you're only going to get takedowns in folk style, it's going to take like 9 of them to get a major.
Do we know he's not good on top? Like, how much folk style have we watched him wrestle?
I guess only very minimal.
When did he wrestle Super 32s in high school?
He actually beat one of my guys, Jake Roshka, and he was just this skinny punk kid, and I was so mad for Roshka for losing to him. I didn't realize he was like really, really good.
Yeah,
it was I think it was at 182 maybe, or maybe it was at 195.
So like when is he? He's been more of a freestyle guy. We don't know. For all we know, he's good on top. I don't know. Maybe he's not.
I don't think he's good on top.
I'm not going major, but it wouldn't shock me.
You're
out of it.
Well, no, he said he wouldn't be surprised. I don't think you can rule it out.
Just like if you look at the guys Cassiope struggle with, they're the ultimate athletic freaks, like Mason Paris and Gable, and Kirkfleet is in that same vein to me. And I could see him getting in a scramble and him catching him on his back, like Paris caught Cassiope on his back and getting swipes that way.
Okay. So we're all going Kirkfleet here. We're all saying decision.
What's the final score here?
So I've got it Iowa 18-15. You've got it Iowa 23-12. 2012.
Sorry.
And he has it Iowa 2012.
So, yeah, I mean, the weaker spots for Penn State obviously are 25, 57, 65 would be kind of weaker spot. And maybe even 97 where, man, you know what? When you said it last night about Penn State having a chance to win, I definitely thought you were right. And now that I look at this, it's like, I don't know. I guess if Kirkfleet, Brooks, Steroki, Lee, and Roman Bravo Young, if they're all in the national finals, that could potentially be enough points. But I think Spencer Lee will win. I think DeSanto's the top 4 for sure. I think Ironman's a top 4 for sure. I think Marinelli and Kemmer are top 4 for sure. I think Cassiope and Warner are definitely All-Americans. Man, it's gonna be that's still a hard. That's gonna be a tough group to overcome.
There's a hill to climb there, but
yeah,
if I mean, basically you're banking on their elite guys winning titles, right, and making the finals and having deep bonus point runs. And I think Roman, Bo, Nick Lee, Starocki, Brooks, and Kirkfleet are all super deep run bonus point guys, national finals, Saturday night contenders. And if you get a little lift from Beard and Howard and however 57-65 shakes out, it's interesting. And what I think the coolest part about this team race, we love team races.
We love it.
Maybe no one more than me, but I think how exciting it's going to be. It's going to be Iowa versus Penn State in these matches late in the tournament that are going to determine Big Tens and NCAAs. It's DeSanto versus Roman. It's Nick versus Max. It's going to be Starocki Kemmer and Brooks Assad and probably not Cassiope.
I got a plan. I'm going to tell Kale.
Okay.
Listen, you go get Robbie Howard to talk to his old teammate Shane Griffith.
Oh boy.
Plug him in at 65.
Oh my gosh.
Now we're talking.
How
about that?
That's scary.
That's a good plan, isn't it?
That's a good plan for I've been looking into it. Having Shane Griffith on your wrestling team is a good plan. But
we got a plan. We should tell Kale we have a plan.
Yes. Okay.
So, I got another plan, Christian. I got another plan. You ready?
Yeah.
What about the basketball thing you guys told me about the other day? Remember that? What was that called again?
Reclassifying?
Mm-hmm.
Reclassifying. They get Facundo to reclassify.
That would be something. I don't know if he's right now competitive D1.
65?
Well, I mean, what are we talking about? Is he go qualify? Of course. Could he place?
All-American.
Maybe. You think he'd be top 8 right now, NCAA?
Let me go look. Who's number 8 right now?
Let's look at the freaking rankings.
I don't know about that, Jim.
Look at the rankings.
I'm finna. Hold on. NCAA.
Let's see. Trying to find him. See more. I'll click on the see more butts.
Got him. All right, got him here.
Dang it! I can't. How many more Seymours do I have to do?
165. So Mackay Lewis, nope. Marinelli, nope. Griffith, nope. Wick, nope. Massa, nope.
Wick's not wrestling.
Wick's not wrestling. I'm gonna enroll him.
Why wouldn't he wrestle?
Tell Evan I'm enrolling him.
For a year.
Yeah, why is he not?
Listen, here's what I think. I don't think he's wrestling. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Do I have to get involved, Ben?
Okay.
What are you do? What kind of shenanigans are you pulling at your state? Listen, I like Evan Wick a lot.
I'm not in charge.
Well, listen here, Evan. This is a PSA.
Okay.
Listen. Hold on. Let me deliver a PSA. a personalized message. This isn't really a PSA, but Evan Wick, you're not going to make the Olympic team this year.
Whoa.
Okay? Not trying to. So I think you should wrestle for Wisconsin and get an All-American finish and push for you could win a national title. Evan Wick could win NCAAs this year. So he can win NCAAs this year. He could maybe win it next year. He's got some things to figure out with the Marinellis and Mackay Lewis. But you know what? He's really, really good. So I think he should do that. And this is coming from a nothing but respect
Penn State
for
homer.
Penn State. Who, me?
You.
I'm a Penn State homer. I thought I hated them.
All right. Anyways, it's funny. Okay, hold on. So who else? Keep going.
Okay, Logan Massa, Travis Whitlake is 6, but here's where it gets. Okay, here's where you start getting to the Facundo zone. Tommy Bullard, Jake Wenzel, Tanner Schedule.
He could compete with those guys.
Yeah, you're right. Dang it, he could.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
We got some plans for
Hold on. There's some guys you're not factoring in. A guy named Carson Karchla is definitely going to play.
He's bumping up.
Oh, that's a good point. He's going to bump up.
Yeah. And Wick's not wrestling. So there's a definite possibility that Facundo could
Here's another guy you're forgetting. Peyton Mako.
I hope Peyton Mako is good enough to be an All-American, and he's made some significant improvements. I know that. But until he moves further up, we're going to have to say that Facundo and him are competitive.
Kennedy Monday, also in the mix.
About Carl.
Okay, but you
Carl Monday. Carl Monday is a deep sleeper. He's currently unranked, but he's
oh gosh.
Cleveland's watchdog has a shot at the podium.
Okay, so listen, we got 2 ideas for Penn State. They can go get Shane Griffith. They can reclassify Mr. Facundo. Facundo is, I believe, older for his grade, so I think it'll be fine if he goes to college in January. I think that's no big deal. Michigan's not going to have a season anyways. He might as well go to college.
Who's not?
I don't believe Michigan's having a high school season.
Oh, dang. Or
Yeah.
Michigan. Okie doke. So we did that, and you're trying to make their team better. I got it. Do we want to go to some questions? There's only a few before.
Hey, I
We only have a few minutes.
had a good question here in the app chat.
Wow.
So if you want to
App
use
chat.
that.
Shout out to the apps.
Nicholas C. Mills, question from friends. How does one go from casual wrestling fan to a deeper understanding of technique? I thought that was an interesting question. It's like someone that's really just getting into the sport but wants to like understand it technically better.
Well, no one has a deeper understanding of technique than I do. So, just kidding. Ben, what do you think?
You got to spend there's time, right? There's no way you're going to get it in the beginning. You got to spend a whole bunch of time and watch it. And the more you watch it, if you're interested, you're going to start picking things up. Ask why. I mean, I would be. So I guess I would say then find someone else that you think is intelligent and ask them questions, and hopefully they provide you satisfactory answers for your questions.
Honestly, you should be. There's tons of, film out there. I think learning the techniques in terms of like how it's taught. I think that's really helpful in how you watch the match and understanding the positions as they're unfolding. Right.
Yeah.
I think matches with commentary are going to be very helpful for you because they're going to be explaining the positions hopefully in a way that's helpful and giving you the fans an understanding. I think like anything, if you take a couple years and you watch all the wrestling that's live, you're gonna not all of it. That's not even possible, but you know what I mean.
Not possible.
The stuff that fans are.
You watch a
interested
lot
in.
of wrestling.
Yeah, you can get up to speed pretty dang quick. That's literally my story. I didn't know what wrestling was until very late in my life for most wrestling fans, and you spend time. And it's easier now than it was then, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, that is a good question from Nicholas C. Mills. Shout out to the app. You should watch the show in the app.
Hey, are we going to have someone come on tomorrow, and maybe this is, I know Bracky wrote a few of the previews, but like I said with the Super 32, I'm not going to have the best grasp on who's who, but someone maybe give us some Super 32 picks, or what are we going to do about that? Because obviously
Bracky's got a good feel for it. Maybe I could see who.
I think it'd be a good idea to maybe have David Bray on for a little bit.
When does he leave?
That's a good question. I don't know about that.
We have to cancel his flight.
Yeah.
We have to cancel David Bray's flight.
But if not, I can talk a little bit about it. I did four previews. We did previews for all 14 weight classes, individual articles, which in the past I think we've made picks for every weight, but maybe not that in depth. So yeah, go ahead and check those out.
Yes, please do. Okay. Other questions. What do we think is going to happen with the back end at Ohio State? It seems like 4 guys for 3 spots. It seems like 5 guys for even more spots than that.
by back end we mean the upper weights, I'm guessing.
Yes. Guys most likely on the bench. Thanks, CP. Well, you're welcome already, Joey Sal. So the way I see it going, how do we see it going? 65. I feel like Karchla is sort of messing it up going 74.
Ethan Smith does a good job, so he'll be solid at 65.
Yeah, no, I like So Ethan is 6, but Caleb Romero was having a great year.
Yep.
And now you're forcing him out. So I think it's going to go, if I had to guess, it's going to go Smith at 65 because Romero will not be good there because he tried that. He was too big for it. Yes. When he went up to 74, he's a completely different dude and was really, really good.
And we saw pictures of him in quarantine. He looks massive.
He's as big as Gas Tank Gary. Yeah. I think those three could be wrestling off for all we know. Okay, so I think it's going to go 65 Ethan Smith, had guy with a win over David McFadden. He's super legit. 74 Karsten Karchla. He's going to be a top 5-ish guy potentially at 74. He's super good. 84 is interesting because I think they're going to have kind of they have Rocky. Mm-hmm. They've got. I don't think Hoffman will try 84 again. Romero. So it's Romero versus Rocky, and how do you think that goes? I'm thinking it's Rocky. I thought he showed some real promise last year. So I think, I'm basically saying Romero's probably the odd man out here for Ohio State. 97 is going to be Chase Singletary. That's a lock. And then heavyweight, you know who we ride for. Nothing against Orndorff. This is just, we're just a big fan of all forms of fuel. And Gas Tank Gary united a nation last year, and I think he should start. But it's going to be hard for him to do. Yeah. So that's what I think. So I think Gas Tank Gary's on the bench. I think Hoffman's on the bench. And I think Caleb Romero's on the bench. Because you can only start 10 wrestlers.
Transfer somewhere?
I don't know. I mean,
you get a free transfer now. Might as well.
Well, maybe, or maybe it's like, hey man, I like Ohio State. I like, Sure. One thing I remember talking with, actually with Coach Bormet about this, and like, they've had a number of. I'm sorry, we are boring Ben Askren.
Oh wow!
Not only does he yawn, but he makes sure to throw in the noise behind it, just so that everyone knows. Let there be no doubt, Ben Askren has things to do and places to go. But what I was going to say,
I'm tired from going so hard today. We went hard on this podcast.
Yeah, low energy Ben Askren, they call him. So I was talking with Coach Bormet. He's like, man, because they had a bunch of dudes that like. They would have started other places, and they just don't go. And I was like, hey, how do you keep guys around? He's like, if you continue to invest in guys and try help them out and work with them and don't just cast them off because they're not the starters, which I think is an easy temptation to fall in. It's like, these are our 10 guys. We're going to develop them. We're going to focus on. And I think a lot of the best programs probably do something similar. If Ohio State and Penn State and Iowa, I think those are probably qualities of those programs as well. And I think that's why those guys don't just transfer, because they feel, supported and like the team and like the school.
And
got it.
I think it means a lot to be a Michigan man, too.
You want to be a Michigan man?
Oh, God, right? I knew you were going to say that, Chris.
Listen, if Bracky probably didn't have a lot of regrets. If he could have figured out being a Michigan man, I think he would have done it.
It seems really cool.
It just seems cool, like a cool thing to say.
The degrees mean a lot too,
Yeah, and as we know, C's get degrees, but maybe not for Michigan men.
Yeah, Michigan men don't get C's.
They don't. That's just part of the deal. So no Michigan men, no Ohio State men, but hey, it is time to go. It's 9:45. We had a show. Boy, it was high energy, high output,
high energy.
So many takes. It was a take factory, mass production. And we thank you so much for listening. Tomorrow, Super 32 craziness. So much to talk about. You got to love it. You just love to see it. Safe travels to anyone heading to Myrtle today. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. I hope there's still some breakfast sandwiches left for us, Bracky. We're going to go get them. Thanks, guys. See ya.